Ever done a conversation with a Sigma male and felt like you couldn't get through to them? Maybe you felt like your words were falling on deaf ears, or that they just didn't seem interested in what you had to say. Well, you're not alone. Sigma males are known for their unique personality traits that can make communication with them a little bit tricky. In this video, we're going to dive into 8 reasons why a Sigma male doesn't like when you tell them certain things. Whether you're a Sigma male yourself or just trying to communicate with one, these insights will give you a deeper understanding of how they think and why they might react a certain way. We'll uncover everything from their need for independence and privacy to their skepticism of authority and institutions. So, if you're ready to learn about the fascinating world of Sigma males, stick around for this video. Who knows, you might learn a thing or two that could improve your communication skills with these unique individuals. The concept of the Sigma male has gained popularity in recent years as the supposed archetype of a man who is independent, introspective, and nonconformist. One trait that is commonly associated with this archetype is a strong sense of independence and autonomy. Sigma males value their ability to make their own decisions and live life on their own terms without feeling like they are being controlled or influenced by others. Because of this trait, Sigma males may not appreciate unsolicited advice or criticism from others. They may perceive such comments as an attempt to control them or to make them conform to someone else's expectations. As a result, they may become defensive or resistant to any attempts to offer advice or feedback, even if it is well-intentioned. 1. Unsolicited advice or criticism. For Sigma males, the desire for independence and autonomy may stem from a belief that they know what is best for themselves and their lives. They may be highly self-sufficient and confident in their ability to navigate challenges and make decisions without outside help. Therefore, when someone offers unsolicited advice or criticism, it can feel like an infringement on their ability to exercise their independence and autonomy. 2. Being extroverted. Another trait that is commonly associated with the Sigma male archetype is introversion and introspection. Sigma males tend to be more reserved and thoughtful than their extroverted counterparts, preferring to spend time alone and reflecting on their thoughts and feelings. Because of this trait, Sigma males may not be comfortable discussing their thoughts and feelings openly with others. They may prefer to process their emotions internally rather than seeking external validation or support. This can make it difficult for others to understand what's going on inside the mind of a Sigma male and can lead to misunderstandings or miscommunications. For Sigma males, the tendency towards introversion and introspection may stem from a desire to maintain a sense of control over their emotions and experiences. They may feel that sharing their innermost thoughts and feelings with others could lead to vulnerability or a loss of control over their own lives. Therefore, if you want to communicate effectively with a Sigma male, it's important to be patient and understanding of their need for privacy and introspection. Try to create a safe space where they feel comfortable sharing their thoughts and feelings under their own terms without feeling pressured or judged. By doing so, you can build deeper and more meaningful connections with a Sigma male. 3. Vulnerability of privacy. Privacy is another important trait that is associated with the Sigma male archetype. Sigma males tend to be highly protective of their personal information and may not feel comfortable sharing intimate details of their lives with others. For Sigma males, the value placed on privacy may stem from a desire to maintain a sense of independence and control over their lives. They may feel that sharing personal information with others could lead to a loss of control or a sense of vulnerability. Because of this trait, Sigma males may not appreciate being questioned about their personal life or being pressured to share information that they are not comfortable divulging. This can make it difficult to build a relationship with a Sigma male, as it may take time and patience to gain their trust and respect. If you want to communicate effectively with a Sigma male, it's important to respect their need for privacy and independence. Avoid asking personal questions that may make them feel uncomfortable, and instead focus on building a relationship based on mutual interests and respect. By doing so, you can create a positive and productive relationship with a Sigma male based on trust and understanding. Number 4. Conforming to societal norms or expectations. The nonconformist attitude is a defining trait of the Sigma male archetype. Sigma males tend to have a strong sense of self and a desire to forge their own path in life, rather than conforming to societal norms or expectations. Because of this trait, Sigma males may not appreciate being told what to do or how to behave by others. They may feel that such directives are an attempt to control or influence them, and may push back against any attempts to impose authority or conformity upon them. For Sigma males, the desire to forge their own path and assert their independence may stem from a belief that they know what's best for themselves and their lives. They may be highly self-assured and confident in their ability to navigate challenges and make decisions without outside help. Therefore, when someone tries to tell them what to do or how to behave, it can feel like an infringement on their ability to exercise their independence and autonomy. Number 5. Being dependent. Another trait that is commonly associated with the Sigma male archetype is self-sufficiency and self-reliance. Sigma males tend to be highly independent individuals who are capable of taking care of themselves and their needs without relying on others for assistance. Because of this trait, Sigma males may not appreciate offers of help or assistance from others, especially if they perceive such offers as unnecessary or intrusive. They may feel that accepting help from others would compromise their independence and self-sufficiency, and may be resistant to such offers as a result. For Sigma males, the desire for self-sufficiency and self-reliance may stem from a belief that they are best equipped to handle their own needs and challenges. They may have a strong sense of personal responsibility and pride themselves on their ability to solve problems and overcome obstacles on their own. If you want to communicate effectively with a Sigma male, it's important to respect their desire for self-sufficiency and independence. Avoid offering help or assistance unless it is clear that they truly need it, and be mindful of how your actions may be perceived. By doing so, you can build a positive and productive relationship with a Sigma male based on mutual respect and understanding. Number 6. Disrespecting goals and priorities. The Sigma male archetype is often associated with a strong sense of ambition and drive, and a desire to pursue their own goals and objectives rather than conforming to societal norms or expectations. Sigma males may prioritize their own goals and ambitions above all else, and may not appreciate being pressured to conform to societal expectations or obligations that do not align with their own personal aspirations. They may feel that such pressure is a distraction from their own goals and priorities, and may be resistant to conforming to social expectations as a result. For Sigma males, the desire to pursue their own goals and objectives may stem from a belief that they are best suited to chart their own course in life, rather than following the expectations or norms set by others. They may be highly self-motivated and driven by a desire to achieve their own definition of success, rather than conforming to external standards of achievement or success. If you want to communicate effectively with a Sigma male, it's important to respect their individual goals and priorities and avoid pressuring them to conform to social expectations or obligations that do not align with their personal aspirations. By doing so, you can build a more positive and productive relationship with a Sigma male based on mutual respect and understanding. Number 7. Expertise or authority over them. The Sigma male archetype is often associated with a healthy skepticism of authority and institutions. Sigma males tend to be independent thinkers who question established norms and are not easily swayed by those in positions of power or authority. Because of this trait, Sigma males may not trust people who claim to have expertise or authority over them. They may be skeptical of those who try to assert their authority or expertise, and may question the legitimacy of their claims. They may prefer to rely on their own judgment and experience rather than deferring to the opinions of others. For Sigma males, the skepticism of authority and institutions may stem from a belief that those in positions of power or authority are not always acting in the best interests of others. They may be wary of being manipulated or controlled by those in power, and may seek to maintain their independence and autonomy as a result. If you want to communicate effectively with a Sigma male, it's important to recognize and respect their skepticism of authority and institutions. Avoid trying to assert your own authority or expertise over them, and be prepared to engage in open and honest dialogue that allows them to express their own opinions and perspectives. By doing so, you can build a more positive and productive relationship with a Sigma male based on mutual respect and understanding. Number 8. Social drama or conflict. The Sigma male archetype is often associated with a preference for avoiding social drama or conflict. Sigma males tend to be introspective and value their independence and autonomy, which means that they may not want to engage in discussions or debates that they perceive as unnecessary or unproductive. For Sigma males, avoiding social drama or conflict may stem from a desire to maintain their own emotional well-being and avoid unnecessary stress or tension in their lives. They may prefer to focus on their own goals and priorities rather than getting involved in other people's drama and conflict. If you want to communicate effectively with a Sigma male, it's important to recognize and respect their preferences for avoiding social drama or conflict. Avoid engaging in discussions or debates that are likely to be unproductive or overly confrontational, and instead focus on finding a common ground and working towards shared goals. By doing so, you can build a more positive and productive relationship with a Sigma male based on mutual respect and understanding. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to our channel for more content like this. Don't forget to leave a comment and let us know what you thought. See you in the next one.